up till I'm on top.
Yo, no, I ain't the type to give up. If I do something, man, I do it till I get what I want. I turn a business out of nothing into something I love. I got a poker face, but honestly, I'm not one to bluff. I flip a switch, never miss, man, I always stay up. Don't let them see you, bitch, always have a plan to stay tough. This life ahead of you ain't easy, it was built to be rough. But that's what makes a personality, is tragedy, bruh. So keep your head on your shoulders. Now we ain't out here moving rocks, we out here moving boulders. Now we ain't getting posterized, we out here making posters, and we ain't got nothing to hide.
What up? What up? What is going on? Happy Thursday to everybody out there. May 29th. Here we go. One day left till the weekend. Thursday is that bridge to the weekend. Then we got ourselves a Friday and we pop off live for a huge UFC Saturday. Fired up, ready to go. I hope you guys feel the same way. Just wrapping up a couple of pieces here, trying to get this card right and tight. It is a tight one. Woof! We got, 4 MLB games, 1 NHL game, 1 NBA game, 2 WNBA games. A little action for the W. And that's about it. That's about it. But I'll tell you what's not it. We are going to be going live tonight. We're not just done here after this show. We're live and we are popping. It's going to be a lot of fun. The boys will be assembled and ready to attack. We're going to have razor sharp picks. We're going to have Keith each every stride. We're going to have the Sports Money Gang, our guy Ramon Scott. We're going to have Connor making him act that. He's going to make an appearance tonight. And I believe our guy Penny Bombs is going to get on when he gets out of work. It'll be fun. Going to put some guys out there, put some names out there, obligate them to show the F on up. That's the way we do it here. But I'm excited. I think we have it's a small card, but I think I took a couple of big runs. I was saying earlier today, I parlayed the Phillies in the under 9. I had a nice plus money price tag on it. However, sadly, it got to 9, so I got paid out like it was that minus 165. I guess it's probably better than nothing because I would have probably gone Phillies -1. And I would have been a push. So I guess it's better than nothing. But I want to shout out my guy, Justin McKelvey. He's a man of his word. And, the key is timely payout, right? If you're going to have a side bet with a gentleman or a lady, timely payout. Proactive man. My guy, Justin, reached out to me. So I'm going to give 10 sports money memberships out there because the Phillies did take down that series against the Atlanta Braves. So you see it there. Let me see it here. Let me see who got up in here. Let's see it. Let's take a peek. Let me see. 10 sports money memberships. Courtesy of our guy, Justin McKelvey, and them Philadelphia Phillies. What could be better? A win. And I heard Bryce Harper might be coming back here sooner than later, which seems crazy because he got zipped and clipped with that fastball out there. Let's see. Coin gets a sports money membership. Marty Riggs, Rodney M., the Air Breather, Markel, Rich Stubbs, Presidential Minded Kings, Brandon the Great, Fernando Morales, and Clint Zerlgen. Sorry, Clint, I messed that up. That's 10 sports money gifted memberships from our guy, Justin McKelvey. My man of his word. They'll have a chance. Phillies will play Atlanta plenty of times this series. I'm sure it'll go back the other direction. So shout out to you, Justin. Thank you for being a real one, dude. Thank you for being up front. I never doubted it, to be honest. I felt like you are a man. I know we've talked a bunch of times, and you are a man of your word. So cheers to you, my brother. I said, that's about the only thing that went well today. Ran to the grocery store. Had a bag in my hand as I was walking in the house. It ripped. These bags are so thin now. Bang. Dropped a dozen eggs right on the fucking ground. Pissed. All of them broke but one. They're not cheap these days. A dozen eggs ain't cheap. Gone. And a bunch of other things happened along the way. But hey, we're here. We're ready to attack this card. I hope you guys are. I'm ready for a Thursday night. A little bit of work to do. Excited because the contest is going to get underway. We're going to start it. I don't believe it's next week. I believe it'll be the following week. So stay tuned. Get ready. Chilling and grilling with sports money. Going to be fun. Can't wait to get into that. And I think you guys will have some fun. It's a cool. I said, man, I almost want to participate just because I want the prize. That's what I'm saying. That's how you know it's a fun contest. I might have to. I'm gonna have to try to win our own prize. See what happens. Sports money guys trying to get their own prizes. What kind of shop are they running around here? But that's how you know it's a fun contest. So I can't wait for that. And look, we've got the UFC. I mentioned that coming up here on Saturday. So don't forget it. We're starting at about 5:45-ish, give or take. It's been moved back a little bit. I believe they're down to 11 fights. So we got 11 fights to get it right. We got the first strike out there. 3 plays from MMA, Jeff, Subhuman Gaucho, and myself. Those are out and ready for you guys to attack. So after this show, do me a favor. Go out there and give it a listen. Even if you don't have the volume on, just hit play for me and let it run through. We got to get those views up. And actually, for anybody that isn't aware of the way the world of YouTube and how it works, everyone talks about this algorithm. We talk about being professional disruptors. The likes are great. The comments are even better. But it actually hurts if you have a video with like 18 views. So you can't be doing that. Not that First Strike's got 18 views, but you know what I'm saying. We need you guys to check it out. It should be over 100, man. We're fired up. We're kicking ass. We're taking names, and we're ready to make some money. So that's the way that is going to go down. What else do we got going on in the world out there? Well, let's see. Late NHL news. Last season potentially coming up for Alex Ovechkin. They announced that, I guess, last night. His agent said that I don't believe they'll be seeking to renew his contract. They actually sent the letter out to season ticket holders so that they'll buy season tickets for next year and said, you still get one more year with Ovechkin, essentially, which doesn't sound good for years past that. Also, Florida Panthers handled business. What a game last night. 3-3 spot out there. I was on the Carolina side. Yeah, it went down 5-3. But, hey, look. Okay, bad for the NHL, but that's the way they want to play. You want to have Florida teams in the Stanley Cup Finals for 6 years? Change the format. That's probably coming. It can't be good. The ratings are down across the NHL, and 6 straight years you've had Florida teams in the Stanley Cup Finals. I think they're going to cut it. So I expect you'll see some radical changes. Probably. I don't think they vote again for another year, but one more year, and you'll see these changes because they just can't have it. They're no disrespect, you guys down in Florida that love. I know Trisha M loves her Ice Cats, but Florida ain't a hockey city. Florida ain't a hockey state for that matter. So anyhow, we'll see if Dallas can stave off elimination against the Edmonton Oilers. Other news in the NHL: half the Buffalo Sabres have been reported as unhappy with the direction of the franchise. They are pissed. They are ready to get the hell out of there. They don't want any part of what's going on in the NHL. So expect some radical changes in Buffalo this offseason. Jalen Waddle, potential rumor to be moving on over to the Pittsburgh Steelers with Aaron Rodgers. Potential moving happening out there. If you didn't hear about that, it's a little early to get ready for the NFL, but still things happening in the world out there. And look, as far as the NBA goes, the OKC Thunder cooked them boys last night. Literally cooked them. 124-94. I think it was like 38-6 or something like that at one point. It was ugly. As ugly as it gets. Minnesota Timberwolves are done. Gentleman's sweep 4-1. We did call that series as a gentleman's sweep. So that was nice cash for us last night. And it was a pretty good night all in all. It was a pretty good run. Now, MLS did not go the direction I expected it to. I'm not going to move away from that. We're going to continue to focus in on it, but I thought we had a good spot. How do you go from being the first to worst? Doesn't make sense to me, but somehow the LA Galaxy figured that out. So we'll have to fine-tune got to get some trends down for the MLS. They don't play again until Saturday, so there is no MLS action tonight. However, look, we had a pretty decent day. The -8.5 for OKC got it done. Under 8.5 for the Texas-Tampa game. Texas-Toronto. Toronto won 2-0. I did end up playing it with Toronto. You guys should have too. You should have heard the inflection and intonation in my voice when I was talking about why am I not taking Toronto? But I did. But anyhow, we officially gave out the under 8.5 that cashed. Under 8.5 Toronto. Under 8, Chicago Cubs, Colorado Rockies cashed for us as well. Sadly, the under 8.5 did not cash in the Nationals Seattle game because the Nationals went on there and won that game 9-0. So, look, again, all in all, not a bad night, not a bad day. We ended up a little over 7 units on the day, and we'll fire away again today. How about that? How about that? What do you guys think? It's time to get started. Let's get her going. You know the deal. We're in show, thumbs up time, post-show comments time. Condition yourselves. We got one more week. One more week. I gotta get the graphic right. That's what I got to do. So I can't. I mean, the contest is ready to go. Contest is ready to go. Fired up about it. I just got to get the graphic right. That's all. So that's on me. I'll make a graphic for it. We'll get it ready. We'll get it set. And we'll launch this thing. But we'll have about a week. So we got 1 week until we're going to pop this thing off. And it's going to be simply put, you're going to have to leave a specific comment to a specific video that I post every day on the site. I'm going to post a video in the morning. I'll get it set up there for the morning. And it'll just be there because that's the one that we want you to attach your comment to. And it's a specific comment. So there's a little bit of more of a teaser. It's a little more teaser for it. But look, chilling and grilling. Gonna tee you guys up for the 4th of July. That's all I'm going to say. I'm going to leave it at that. I'm going to leave it right there. Anyhow, we're in show, so make sure you smash that thumbs up button. Post-show, you leave those comments. We'll talk about that contest as it gets closer. Now is that time, though. However, to smash that thumbs up, we'll rifle through this card. We'll talk about some winners, some losers, some player props, some sides, some totals, some angles, some cash flow splits. We'll talk about any injury updates that we see out there, and away we go. Yes, sir. You heard. I'm not going to touch that Atlanta game. The fact that I touched it in the first place was a simple evidence of the fact that there was no other games on this afternoon for me to play around with. So if you're asking for my opinion, I would lean to to Atlanta. Just because of a zigzag. And if you look at the numbers, you can see this line is moving. And it makes a lot of sense. You know, we did have some good spots last night. I know I threw a couple others out there. Somebody had asked me about that St. Louis game. So we talked about Kansas City game. It was always the Pirates over the Diamondbacks. Who the hell knew that? But we talked about St. Louis. We did see that one come through. And then Kansas City came through as well. So it wasn't a horrible day. It really wasn't. It was fun to make some money. But in any event, why don't we get our pens and papers out? It's time to write down these best bets. This is the best damn chat in the business. They're here. They're assembled. They're ready to give you the plays that they've been looking at all day. It's my favorite part of the show. I get to see what you guys are on. I'm not sure, Ramon. I didn't do anything. What's going on? What is going on? Let me refresh. Let me see. Oh, there it is. There it is. New feature via the collaboration and engagement tools from YouTube. We have a community leaderboard. How about that? Check it out. Let me show you. Over there in Chatland, if you haven't seen it. There it is. Oh, that's freaky. Watching me on the screen. But over on the side, there's the community leaderboard. And we got Kelly V, number 1 out there. This deals with chat comments, contributions, super stickers, gifted donations and memberships, kind of all the soup, all the things that we talk about for the engagement that drives the YouTube Twitter board. And they're putting it out there in aggregate format to see based on experience points. Resets every show. Every show this will reset, but there's Kelly V. Commenter number 1. A bunch of 75s all the way down. There's our guy, Justin McKelvey, Ian Shaber, Trisha M., and Jermaine. Round out the top 5 of the leaderboard. 5-way tie for first place. There you go. You can see it on the side. More fun. Measuring the engagement. You can tell that stuff makes a difference. YouTube's focused on getting it out there for us. We love to see it. We love to talk about you guys, man. That's what it comes down to. You see my face on screen all the time. I got to look at myself on screen all the time. That makes it even worse. But I love to see you guys getting engaged and having a good time in what we're doing here. So I hope that is the case. It's always fun making money. I tell you what, I had fun today. I blocked somebody. I told you, ready, fire, aim. I always get that enjoyment. You've got no picture on your Twitter profile and you haven't posted a comment in 5 years, but you're just going to be a slanderous bitch. Away you go. And nobody can tell me no. That's the beauty of what we're doing here. Shout out to Joe T. Jover's in the house. He's commenter number 1. He says, easy casher last night. Tonight he's going Nationals and Mariners over 7.5 for Jover. Jover on the over. How about that for Jover? Joe Dubs in the house. There's Justin McKelvey, my guy. Redbeard's here. Canes played great last night, says Redbeard. They did. Not great enough. Man, they had that 2-0 lead. How about Aho? We talked about Aho being the first goal scorer again. I didn't play it. It's one thing to say it. It's another thing to play it. Shout out to Old E. Ron Young's in the house, ready to go. Old E says, I tailed that Braves team total over 3.5 as well. Thank you, sir. Paid my diesel bill for the day. Nice. Justin, man of the people, my guy. Let's go. And Old E says, what you doing with Seattle? Straight up money line or taking the over, Justin? Joseph Alvarado's in the house. There's Old E says, Roger that. Old E, a member for 9 months, says smash the like, and if you get a membership, you give a membership. I totally agree with that. Help us grow this thing. That's what it's all about. And look, somebody that's gifted a bronze membership, $5. Go out there and upgrade. I did look, by the way. I did look at the upgrade process. It's an iOS-driven challenge. Some sites have it, some don't. First and foremost, upgrade your iOS platform. There's a new, I'm not an Apple iPhone representative here, but there is a new version out. I think it's 18.5 or 18.6 or something like that. So make sure you update that. But there are no ways via the computer. And I can't get a link. I'm going to keep looking, but I did a little search this morning to check it out, and I couldn't find it. So keep that in mind as we move forward. You do want to get yourself the silver and gold, especially as we get to the weekend. You know, we got plays coming up here before their shows, after their shows. After the party is the after party. And so on and so forth. Derek B says, let's get this cash. A's dog of the day. I rather like that A's play. Stop Gio says, hell yeah. Good luck to y'all. And thank you for the shows. Thank you, my guy. Stop Gio. Appreciate you. Sancho's here. Let's go. Sancho likes the Pacers money line, Stars money line, Mariners money line on his card tonight. Trisha M. Some damn stacks be stacking. Let's go. Toucans in the house. Savage Day says, let's go Oilers. There's Jay Main checking in with us. Good recommendations. I love to see everyone helping everyone. Here's Kelly V talking Dallas. Shout out to Kelly V, number 1 on the leaderboard. Ignatius Pennyfeather the 7th says, my book is showing Okie with a different opponent now. Michael Aswell. They've been moving this card around. They have been moving this card around. 3 fights got canceled, I believe. 2 fights got changed at the last minute as well. Fernando Mendoza, what up? Nasty Nate's up in here, says Philly's first 5 and full game was good early money. Nice. Let's go. J Man says, finally getting discharged. Been in the damn hospital since 6. Oh, man. J Man, we hope you're doing all right, my guy. Healthy first. Kelly V wants some ribeye plays. Says, need some ribeye plays. Anyone? Easy killer. Trisha M. Hop on. Shout out to Dana Delp. Here's your RBI from our guy, Justin. Giving you a little Brandon Lowe action. A little ribeye action for Brandon Lowe. That's not a terrible looking spot at all. Yamir Diaz. There's not a bad looking spot either. Houston Astro himself. Irish King 97. The New York Knicks first quarter -1.5. Edmonton money line. Trisha M says, I rolled over all my Gator boys. Stay hot profits on dem cats. Feels great to be a Floridian despite this heat. Shout out to Robert McCormick. Chris Comentini rocking up in here. Let's go. We all have to do that. We all have to slow down and take better care. Except for on Thursday nights when we pop the top and we drink like we're teenagers rebelling against our parents who are out of town for the weekend. Kelly V says, I comment all over the place. Hell yeah. Kelly V. No one's going to catch Kelly V on the commenter extraordinaire. I'm going to put some leaderboards together here. It'll be fun to look at some of that stuff. I appreciate all you guys rocking here, man. You guys are ready to roll. Kelly V says, Wheeler and Sale faced off April. Philly up 5-3 after first 5 innings, but lost 7-5. Wow. Justin wants on the leaderboard. Shout out to VB MMA Picks. There it is, talking about the community chat leaderboard. Ranked fans by chat, super chat, stickers, boosting engagement with crowns for top users. Oh, he says, don't be putting my legal name on them streets. And then here we go. Top 3 users with the most XP in each stream get a special crown badge and XP resets per stream. There you go. How about that? How about that? Ron Young says, I'm a number 2. Many people think that. Let's chat, send some supers and stickers, and climb the leaderboard if you fucking love Mikey Money. Let's go. Dana Delp says, Halliburton under points, rebounds, and assists. Hart under 4.5 assists. Shout out to Textiles. Robert Franklin's got to play out there. Nugent Hopkins over 1.5 assists. Let's go. Let's go. Kelly V's got some ladies basketball. First quarter and New York Liberty first quarter and half spread. Dallas today. Switch venue Saturday. Reese rebounds over always. You guys look like you're ready to go. I'm ready to go. Blake's ready to go. He's got some Astros over 4.5 team total plus 125. Justin's trying to catch Kelly V. I'll get you guys a leaderboard here. We'll put a leaderboard on up in this piece. Let's go. Alex in the house. Alex asking Stars or Oilers. We'll talk about that here in just a couple of minutes. Small cards. I want to catch up with what everybody's got to say here. Rem Most wants to know if anybody likes them Stros. Let's pop off. Let's pop this top. How about that? Let's get into it. Let's get into the business of the business. Now it's time to make that money. Tough card. Not just it's first of all, it's a small card, as we talked about. Second off, I'm losing a double header in this process. And then last but not least here, we got some shit teams playing. So I lean Atlanta. I mentioned that already. I'm not going to pull the trigger, and I didn't really see anything significant in the line of trends. Let me just check one last thing. I mean, there's no reason not to touch on all the games if there is something out there to share with you guys. Just because I'm not going to play it doesn't mean there might not be a trend that helps you decide you want to play it. I'm just not playing it. Like I said, I'm happy to get in and out of that thing here. Slim pickings. Well, this is what just messes with my head. I'm looking across the board. They like the home team. Phillies at home versus left-handed pitchers, 58-25. See, the other challenge that they have is that they moved the pitching order. So the pitching matchup that we had earlier today wasn't the same as what we actually have scheduled for right now because of the change in the doubleheader rotation. So I'd love to tell you guys to fire on the Phillies, but I can't do it. I can't really take Toronto either. Can't do it. Won't do it. Jose Barrios. This line opened up at minus 138. Let me move this over here. Right now, we see it sitting at minus 155. So 77% of the bets and 73% of the cash have come in on the Jays. Wow. Why? Believe it or not, let me talk about the total here. Total's gone from 8.5 to a 9 with 68% of the bets and 76% of the cash on the over. So there you go. It's Lopez with a 2.57 ERA for the A's. It's Berrios with a 4.22 ERA for the Toronto Blue Jays. I don't want to like Berrios. I do. I don't. That's what it comes down to for me. I've been in too many. I've just seen this inconsistency at its finest. I saw him in person. You guys know that. I talked about it. Saw him, got to see him, watch him play. There's a couple. I mean, the Toronto bullpen, for what it's worth, has been playing fucking elite. They're like a top 5 in baseball right now. And obviously it's an evolving, ever-shifting process out there. But this dude just went 6 innings. He only gave up 3 hits. They were all earned runs. 1 home run. He's got a 5.19 ERA at home. Berrios at home, bad. And it's been like that for a minute. Furthermore, the dude can't catch a break. 4 straight losses. He lost to the Angels, Tampa, Detroit, and Tampa again on the roundabout. He's been going 6. Makes it very dangerous to fade this Toronto team. And for what it's worth, teams that have gone 6 straight games and now coming back for the first time, that's a play on. I would think if you're on the road, your first game back home as a favorite, maybe you're a little sluggish. Maybe you're a little slow. You got to pick up the groceries. I've gone through the rotation before. However, in this case, Game 1, left-handed pitching, dog versus righties do prevail. This does look like an Oakland spotter suggesting Oakland runs. It's hard because if you look at this Oakland team, they lost, 13 straight games? Terrible. This Oakland team is. 11 straight games versus a right-handed pitcher. They're being outscored 7.5 to 2.5 in those spots out there. They're just getting dumped on. They're hitting 198. They're averaging almost 9 Ks a spot. I mean, it's a young team that's down on themselves, and they can't seem to get their rhythm and their groove. However, Toronto bats are not that much better. They just had that win yesterday, 2-0, but all series, what'd they score? It was 2-1, 2-0, and 2-0, right? They won that series. I mean, that's not too hard to remember that. They're not scoring. We talked about that yesterday. So, I'm going to fade Berrios with his bloated ERA at home. I'm not going to pick a side. I'm also going to parlay it. I'm going to bundle these two together to try to make this a plus money price tag. This is what happens when I got to dig deep. I'm going to look at Lopez. Lopez got a 2.57 ERA. He is the lefty. You guys know my situation. I do like to get in on these lefties. Fucking guy just gets left out there to roast. He's going to roast like the barbecue we're going to help you guys out with there on 4th of July. Hint, hint. He went 7 innings. He only got hit 3 times. Pretty impressive. That was against the Phils. A 4-3 game against the Phils. Tight battle. He's not catching wins. Let's not be mistaken. But he did bounce back, pretty considerably considering he had a 2.2 inning start. So as I was looking at this game, I just thought to myself, hey, self, this guy's gone 14 innings and he's gotten 14 hits. We see him going 6 and 7. Probably my estimation as I looked at this game is simply this guy can go. They're not going to want to waste their bullpen pieces when they're going against a potential ace in the starting lineup out there. I can't believe I'm saying that with Berrios here, but can Toronto go out there? If he goes 5 innings and he gives up a hit an inning, which is his average right now, we cover the over 4.5. Question is, can we get Oakland team total to score? And the reality is with Berrios at home, I fully feel very confident that can happen out there. So it's a little, I don't think I've ever given out a play like this where it's pitcher over 4.5 hits and Oakland's team total over 3.5, but it's plus 184. 5 hits, 4 runs, cashes. Cassius Clay. Timmy Tushu says Berrios got to scratch a win sometime. I can see it. Yeah. 007 Cap says Jay's bullpen is tired. I like the A's in this spot. Okay. Oakland 1-10 lately. Yeah, they're not good. They're not good, but surprisingly, yeah. We'll see. I told you I don't love what I'm seeing. I'll tell you what I do love. I do love here. I do have some love for this spot right here. much love. 21-0 trend. We'll talk about it in a second. This line opened up at minus 122. It has oscillated. It's come down a little on the Houston side. It's gone up a little on the Tampa side. So you got 66% of the bets and 64% of the cash on the Houston Astros. The total's gone from 8 to 8.5. It has moved up. 67% of the bets, 79% of the cash. You know the deal here. Let's start off, first of all, recent game. Tampa Bay shuts them out. Not Houston, but Tampa Bay coming off a shutout. What happens to teams coming off a shutout? And teams that more specifically that have gotten shut out typically go back and fire, as we talked about yesterday with Toronto. Game one, teams off a shutout their previous game, now a dog. 162-66. It's a real thing. The shutout factor stands on its own. And if it's game one, and that means it's changing series, despite the fact that it wasn't the same team the previous game, it goes out there and it cranks. Teams getting hot, continue to stay hot, all the rest that go into it. Now let's talk about the game itself. Let's look at these pitchers. I love that. Fading the home team that now has gone on the road after the shutout, most recently 130-53, an 83 game advantage. Now, this will be a 4-game series, and it's a bad news for Tampa Bay. Shane Batts, dog shit lately. 4.94 ERA, 4.92 FIP through 10 starts on the season, 7.82 his last 5 starts ERA, 4.94 on the season, 7.82 as of last 5 starts. 11.5% barrel rates, one of the highest in Major League Baseball. When they connect on this guy, it goes deep. And if you need further proof, 8 runs on 13 hits over his last 10.2 innings, 2 road games. Struggle bus when this dude goes on the road. And offensively, Houston's bats rank 4th overall in baseball at home. 3.44 OBA. WRC plus is 3rd. 283 batting average is 1st. Last but not least, Tampa Bay's offense stinks on the road. 2.84 OBA is 27th in baseball. 81 WRC plus is 26th in baseball. And a 636 OPS is 27th in baseball. It's Houston. So there's so many converging points that show me this is a Houston Astros spot. I love it. I'm in. I'm engaged on this one. I felt really good about this one. At the end of the day, you might not know who Ryan Gusto is, the starter for Houston, but, he's kind of like one of those guys. Bad start, allowed 7 runs over 2.1 innings 2 weeks ago. But the 6 games before that, 21 innings, 3.0 ERA. Got to go with the hot hand. Got to go with the hot team. Got to go with that fading the shutout process out there. It's the Houston Astros. I like the first 5 too. If you really need more action on this card here, I would slap in that first 5 too. I'm going to get cute with some same game parlays in the NBA tonight, so I'm not that aggressive for action on this one. Smoke and mirrors. What's up, Smoke? It's not Jose Barrios Day for me. Sadly, it'll never be Jose Barrios Day. Remember that day, was it last year? I put that short out there. I was all jacked up and I was talking about it being Jose Barrios Day. What's up, Nunya? Barry, what's up? I had under in the Phillies game, first game. Justin McCalvey likes the Astros over 4.5 team total at plus 120. There it is. And Kelly V. Washington, Seattle over. Each side stacked batters. Washington got lefties, huh? All right. Well, let me show you what I got. Let me show you what I got. I got 2 plays in this game. I did double dip. And I'm sorry, it's not an over. It's an under. That game should have been under last night. I was on the under. I remember I gave out the 3 unders and I felt like a dick. I was like, would I just have under on the brain? No. The answer is no, I don't. It wasn't under night. 9-0. All I can say about that is the bats are getting hot for the Nats. The Nats bats smack. Now, let me tell you about this cash flow, and then we'll talk about some trends. 61% of the bets, 54% of the cash have come in on the Mariners. 3 cents of movement. It's gone from minus 112 to minus 115. Kind of correlates on the other side. The Nats opened up at minus 104. They're now plus 100. 86% of the bets and 82% of the cash have hit the over. It opened at 7.5. There are some 8s, but the juice is still on the 7.5. So lots of cash coming in. Herbie Hancock and Mackenzie Gore, of course, starting on the other side of things here. We look at these two guys, look at these two overall performances with what they are doing in Major League Baseball. Mackenzie Gore's got a 3.47 ERA. Herbie Hancock's got a 5.95 ERA. I know it's not Herbie. I'm an idiot. I just refuse to call him Emerson. And he stinks at home. He's got a 12.34 ERA. He did just go 6 innings. He's a guy they leave out there to cook. 6 innings, 9 hits, 3 earned runs. Left him in there just a little too long. Gave up the big dong. Did win that game. In fact, he's won 4 of his last 5 games. Impressive. He's a pretty consistent 6-inning guy. 6 innings against the Angels, 6 innings against the Athletics, 5 innings against the Yankees, 4.2 against San Diego. Remember I said pitchers kind of go in bunches. He had that 5 innings against the Yankees, 4.2 innings against San Diego. Then he fires right back against Houston. He goes 6 innings. I personally think Seattle likes to play Houston and Texas. I think they get a personal joy out of this thing. That being said, on the other side of the ball, Mackenzie Gore. Team wasn't winning with this guy, but he's at 4.26. He came off of 6 innings of almost shut him down baseball. Only 2 hits, 1 earned run. He got shut out if he didn't have run support. I mean, it was San Francisco. There was no run support. He shut him down 4-0. And he bounced back off of his 3.2 inning start. So he's gone a 6, a 5, a 6, a 6.2, a 3.2, and then a 6. So right off the gate, I don't know what you're looking at when you're seeing overs. No disrespect to anybody on the over. But you got pitchers that can go at least 5. And they're kind of in that bounce back positioning and form. Now, if you look overall between these guys, just my thoughts. Stocks at a 5.95 ERA. I totally get that. Ugly at home for Emerson. So are the Nationals going to be the ones that drive it again? That'd be the question. I had to take the Nationals in this spot. I thought, give me the Nats. Not just because of how bad we see the potential for, Emerson Hancock to look at this thing here, but look, the Nats aren't playing too poorly right now. A road team out there that came in as just kind of a fishy line situation. They won yesterday. They put up them 9 runs. They're feeling good. Now, I get it. The team off the shutout. You're probably sitting there going, well, Seattle's coming in off the shutout. I get it. I just think they have the better pitcher in Mackenzie Gore. 3.47 ERA on the year. His numbers do sway a little bit. He goes to a 4.26 on the road versus that 3.47 at home. But the Nats bats, top 10 against right-handed pitching the last 2 weeks. 331 OBA ranks him 10th. 18.8% strikeout rate ranks him 5th. What that tells you right there, they're showing patience with the bat. They're forcing the pitcher to stretch his arm, make extra tosses, gas him out a little bit, and use the bullpen a little bit quickly or unnecessarily. ISOs of 173 ranks him 8th. Batting average 260 ranks him 11th. They just crushed on Jorge Kirby. That was his second start of the season. I'm probably going to look to play on Jorge Kirby the next game because he'll be at that 3 start point, and he just got smoked. So, look, I like that spot. Now, that's the Nats, despite fading the shutout philosophy. Let me talk to you about this total because we do have some intersecting zeros. First and foremost, the Nats are 13-0 to the under. Series closing road games. Total less than a 9. Starting pitcher lost his last start, and they allowed less than 9 runs. Didn't give him run support. It's the last game, which means you get the hell out of town. The last game's so important because We talked about this the other day. I've talked about it a few times now. Just swinging to get the fuck out of there. We're not taking their time and showing that patience, despite we do see that with the Nats. Average total runs in those Nats starts are 5.1. They're swinging at a lot of shit, and they're not making a lot of contact. Seattle, 7-0 to the under. Opponent got an error their previous game and had at least 6 more hits. Seattle's not coming through. And they're going under by almost 3 runs a game. And then if you want a little cherry on top, the Nats are 8-0 to the under with a total less than 9.5. Win as a dog with a game that had a total higher than this current game out there. They're going under by 2.75 runs per game in those spots as well. I bought it up to 8. Give me the Nats in the under 8 at plus 275. Nats for even money. If I'm out there on an island, you guys know the deal. If you watch me on Saturday, my island's got a 5-star chef. We just hired him. We got Wi-Fi. We got Starlink. We're ready to go, man. We got air conditioning in all the rooms. You got a beach view on that island. It's real quiet. It's real nice. So put me on the island. Give me the Nats plus 100, even money spot. And then give me the Nats in the under 8. I took it up from 7.5 to 8. I like doing that in my parlays. And I did it this afternoon with the Phillies. If I hadn't, I would have lost. So I took down the juice just a little bit. It was like 12 cents. The juice came down. Not to be greedy. We're already catching a plus 275. So we'll see how it plays out tonight. That's what I got for you guys in Major League Baseball. Let me talk about some NHL right quick here. I got a special request from our number 1 commenter specifically asking about the ref report, and I do have a ref report for you guys. The Edmonton Oilers, the Dallas Stars. The unbelievable thing to me, it's not something you see every day in sports where the team that just played in the Stanley Cup Finals and lost has immediate revenge opportunity in front of him. I can't believe it. Blown away by it, to be honest with you. I'm not that high on Edmonton. I also feel like Connor McDavid wins the Stanley Cup somewhere else. But Dallas opens up as a home favorite against this Edmonton team. And, you know, there's a lot of ways that I guess a lot of ways to skin this cat. Last game was 4-1. The magic spot that we have transitioning right now is the threes. What I mean by that is when you've got a team that won 3 games versus a team that's lost 3 games, the team that's lost 3 games in a row, 65-25. Hard to lose 4 straight, and it's in the same series. Impressive. Losses consisting of getting punked, ultimately. They won the first game 6-3. All that did is upset the Edmonton Oilers. Then Edmonton fired, and Skinner has been playing abso-fucking-lutely crazy, standing on his head. Shutout or shitbag. We know that. Shutout or scumbag for Stuart Skinner. And he played great again 2 days ago. 4-1 final out there. Final. Teams that lose 3 in a row don't lose 4 in a row. Or at least they don't do it that often. 65-25. Now let's talk about the NHL's version of Scotty Foster. This young chap goes by the name of Wes McCauley. We rode the Wes McCauley train the last time he performed, and he performed admirably for us. In fact, if you look at Wes McCauley, the assistant referee, he's 3-0-1 when he's reffing Dallas playoff games. Last year, he was 3-0-2. The year before that, he was 4-0. He likes the way Dallas plays. Head aficionado, Chris Rooney, also likes the way Dallas plays. He's 5-0 against Dallas this year, or with Dallas this year in the playoffs. 4-0 last year as well. And you might say, well, what does Wes McCauley do with Edmonton? Good question. He's just 2-3 with Edmonton this year. So, remember when everybody was surprised in game 1 that Dallas came back out of nowhere in that third period because there was a lot of bad ref penalties? Look, you want some examples? Wes McCauley refed in game 1. That game where all those bad penalties came up and Dallas came back and won that game 6-3. He also refed a game against Colorado in game 7, Dallas and Colorado. Kind of an important one. Guess what happened? Dallas won that game 4-2. He reffed one in round 2, Dallas and Winnipeg, game 5. Dallas did take it on the chin. But he wasn't the head guy in that one, so I don't know if that makes a difference or not. But Chris Rooney, well, listen, we'll see if he is the wild card factor for us out there. These overtime losses, interesting. We'll see how it goes down, but I do believe the edge sits there with the refs on the Dallas side of things. Now, you could argue the other side of it. You could say there's a lot of people crying foul in that Wes McCauley game 1, and he's going to have to tighten his shit up. He likes Dallas. It's at home. Trisha, oh no, she says, I'm ashamed to say I listened to another breakdown of the NHL, and I think he bet the entire board. Just one game. It's just one game. Ramos, 4 units on the Astros. Cassius Muhammad Ali play of the day. I slipped a Cassius Clay reference in there. I'm going to take Dallas. I'm going to take them at home. I'm going to take them at a minus 125. Listen, there are a lot of things moving in their advantage out there. And the fact that they're at home to me just adds that extra little caveat there. Probably we see Dallas or Edmonton wins the series. Probably. But it's good enough for me. It's good enough for me to follow the Scotty Foster of the NHL is Wes McCauley. That's an original. You have not heard that from anybody anywhere ever. I'm sure of it. I'm pretty sure I just made that up. But it's true. Factually, it's accurate. This next game we're going to look at here, I'm going to jump in on the Knickerbockers. Thursday night in New York City, facing elimination. I think they fucked their game plan up the last game, and this line's come down. 73% of the bets. 73% of the bets. 60% of the cash on the Pacers. Sharp Respected Betting Report came through. It is identified. Oh, by the way, I forgot to mention that as well. Sharp Respected Betting identified on the Dallas Stars. Also on the under. It's been on the under for a bunch of games. It really likes the under in this Dallas series. So for what that's worth, take that for granted. 223.5 has moved down to 222.5 with 97% of the bets and 96% of the cash on this over. Sharp Respected Betting analysis came through, and they like the under. Under. I think that makes a lot of sense for a couple of reasons. What do we talk about, and why were we looking at taking the over last game? Everybody liked the under. We were on the over. Why? Because if you listen to what the Knicks had said in that game plan was they wanted to put pace out there, and it was foolish and stupid, and we took the Indiana Pacers too. You don't think they learned their lesson? You don't think they looked at that and said, holy shit, wait a minute? They can't afford to do that. I mean, again, back against the wall, facing elimination out there. What do teams do when they're facing elimination? Well, if they're 3-1 up on the road in a conference final, those teams are 9-18 all time. 21-31 against the spread, going back to 2003. Road dogs find themselves in a 12-32 straight up position. So it doesn't fare well, at least statistically and historically, for said Indiana Pacers. Now, I do like that under. Road teams in game 5 of a conference finals, by the way, 15-22 against the spread. Team off a game 4 road win heading into game 5, 18-29 against the spread. I just don't think you can go out there and you can't run and gun. You can't flash and dance with these guys here. You're at home. You have to slow this thing down. We need a grinding pace. The sharp bettors understand that as well. They're going back to this one. By the way, historically, this series has had a zigzag. Now, game 1 had overtime. 32 points. It crushed the 52 points in game 1. But it had overtime. Remember that epic comeback had overtime. Then from there, we look at, another situation where what we have game 3 goes under the total by 18 points. Game 4 pops over by 32 points. It was a blowout because the Pacers were being stupid. I think there's a lot of merit to the under. I like Halliburton. Halliburton rebounds more particularly. Game 4, 32 points, 15 assists, 12 rebounds, 4 steals. If he's going to rebound, probably that's going to me, says that's potentially a lower scoring game, but going to limit second chance opportunities as well. That's the way the Pacers want to play this game. Home favorites down 3-1. 25-19 against the spread in the last. Not a ton of a margin there, but certainly does indicate that there's just a little bit of an edge for that home team out there. I'll lay the 4. It's come down into range for me. The margin in victory is like 6.5, so it's a tight one, but it's a big one. And I think that we see the opportunity for the New York Knickerbockers to prevail. What do you guys think about that? Shout out to Cameron Sinnett. Jay Main says, what the Halliburton? Knicks fans leave sad tonight, says Sancho, huh? Cameron Sinnett likes the under. There you go, Kelly V. Hopefully that helps. Oh no, we got our guy Keith's gonna be hanging out with us tonight. You know he's gonna want to see them Knickerbockers do their thing out there. Yeah, I mean it's not a game I love, but it's a game I'm invested in, and I'm gonna take the Knicks to advance through the series. Look, I got one last game for you guys here in the WNBA. I know there's a 2-pack in the WNBA. And we just had a fucking miserable WNBA spot here, but yeah, you can't not pay attention to the fact that the New York Liberty opened up as like 20-point favorites, and they're down to 15.5. General perception is that's too many points. Now, the Valkyrie can start like shit. We've seen it. They had like 3 points that whole first quarter last game. They did come back. They did rally. They're 2-2 on the season. You know, it's a tricky situation because the Valkyrie's in the expansion thing here. But bottom line is when you have a sport like the WNBA, it gets sharp action because it's a tighter market, right? I mean, the WNBA and the NHL probably get comparable betting numbers, or maybe not in the playoffs, but throughout the season. Sharp bettors hit it. Public bettors really probably don't want to do anything with it, right? They want to watch the NBA, not get involved in it. So to attract sharp betting, the books overvalue spots when they see certain opportunities. Specifically, a shit team that just lost, they want to incentivize you to take that shit team, and guess what happens? They undervalue that shit team. The bad team off a loss as a big dog are 175 and 120. It's about a 60% win ratio. It's the Valkyries, plus 15.5. It's come down. I would have preferred to have it at 18.5, but it's come down. But I think that tells us that probably somewhere in this spot, the sharps like it. The respected sharp betting action came in. They're 3-1 in the WNBA this year, and they also fired in on the Valkyries. They agree with that number. They are the ones that moved that number from 19.5 to 15.5, and it's on its way down to 14.5. So I'm going to take the Valkyries. I'm going to take Tom Cruise Valkyries with these New York Liberty. I get it, the Liberty, formidable competitor at home. But how about this? They bust them up so much that in the second half they start resting players. Have we not seen that story time and time and time again? So I got Golden State. I got them plus 15.5. That's the way that cookie's going to crumble. And that's the way we're going to put the bow on the show tonight, you guys. Good stuff, everybody. Good work all around. Hey, we got some action to get to. We got to see what happens here. We're going to be live 8 p.m. Be there, be square. We got an NBA game. We got an NHL game. We got MLB games, Tampa and Houston. We got Nationals and Mariners. It's going to be a fun night. Going to be some live betting. Going to be a lot of drinking. All that stuff that goes into it, you guys. Thank you for checking us out here. Make sure you leave a comment in the chat. Shout out to Justin McKelvey, gifting the 10 Sports Money memberships. My God, rolling up in there. Old E extends that membership 9 months deep. Our guy Justin rolls 8 months deep. And shout out to Lexicon with the dono, the $2 dono says Sports Money. Shout out to you, Lexicon. I appreciate you guys, man. Thank you for being here today. Thank you for being a part of what we're doing here. It's fun. Winning is fun. Winning should be contagious. Everybody wants to win. I want to win. I want to win tonight. Shout out to Scott Blaster. The Scumbag play of the day, the Chicago Sky, plus 115. Shout out to my man, Scott Blaster. Scott, I did mention at the start of the show, I'm not sure if you were here for it, but if you're using an Apple make sure you update your iOS platform. It does not work for all iOS platforms that you can go on. And where you would go on is click the homepage for the sports money and then look in perks. You can find perks, not Percocets, perks. If you find the perks, you'll be able to go out there and see some of the options that are available to you. More to come, so stay tuned. Appreciate all you guys rocking with us here tonight. Sancho, appreciate that, my dude. Says winning is fun, especially with the pimp. I love winning, man. I hate losing more than I love winning, but I really love winning. And I hope we win a lot tonight, you guys. Good luck with all your action. I'll see you guys back here at 8 p.m. Be here, be there, be square. Let's get this cash. Let's beat these bookies up, and let's make it a great Thursday night. Good luck to all you guys and all